Good morning and welcome to another edition of Research Fantasy Presents our MLB DFS hitter picks for Tuesday, July 4th, 2017. First and foremost, to those who sacrifice their time and their lives for our country and our freedom, thank you very much. You've done over and above what most people will ever do in their lives, and I'm glad that I'm able to say that even though I have not personally done it, I've got several service members in my family that I'm honored to be in contact with throughout the year. So thank you once again for everyone who is a part of this nation's armed services past and present. We've got a long day of MLB for today. I'm not really going to pick apart too much to make sure we've got some early game plays and some late game plays. I will not be including the Washington game because that's a super early game. It's really not on any highly playable slates. So let's start things off with Brad Peacock, 8,400 FanDuel, 9,600 on DraftKings. After a little bit of a lull, he's really picked things back up and he's been a pretty solid pitcher. Price is a little bit low, quite a bit lower than a lot of the studs on the slate tonight. Taking on a Braves team that, they're frustrated, but really what baseball team isn't going to be frustrating at some point in the year? He's got strikeout upside, and I think he's got a pretty solid situation for himself tonight. Love the idea of using him in tournaments. Corey Kluber is next up at 12,000 on FanDuel, 12,600 on DraftKings. Gets the cake matchup, Padres at home. Literally, you're looking at a situation here where, 13, 12 strikeouts is possible. Kluber's already been fantastic as it is. Add into that the fact that he's going to be going up against an extremely weak offense, and it's just lights out, game over. Sure, this is baseball and anything can happen, but this is one of the best situations you're going to find all season, so take advantage of it while you can. Last up, Clayton Kershaw, 12-4 FanDuel, 12-9 on DraftKings. Finally pitching like Kershaw again. Takes on a Diamondbacks team, just not as a favorable a matchup as Kluber has. I suspect that players are going to have to choose a one or the other type lineup strategy because you're really talking about having to pull off some bottom barrel plays to make putting both of them together on a two-pitcher site work. For me, it's going to be Kluber over Kershaw. But I think people are going to see that matchup, and they're going to flock to Kluber, and this presents a really good opportunity to get a guy like Kershaw at probably the lowest ownership he's going to see all season, or some of the lowest ownership. So I don't hate it. In fact, in tournaments, he's probably going to be my favorite play over Kluber just because of the fact that I think having to choose between the two players are going to gravitate to Kluber. So it's going to be an interesting day to say the least. Once again, three of our favorite pitching options: Brad Peacock, Corey Kluber, Clayton Kershaw. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check us out on Research Fantasy. We are currently in the process of redoing several things on the site, adding some new features, so keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Like us on Facebook at Research Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.